Hey, I'm Aisha here to bring you your Sunday story. Stay tuned for this. Fast footwork at the Rubik's Cube Championships, and can these robots stay stood up long enough to kick a ball? First up, the stars of the Women's World Cup are back home and they're already in action in their own clubs. Success in Canada has meant more people coming to see them. Martin went to meet a couple of those fierce footballers, the Lionesses.
I'm here at Wembley to meet two of the star players from England's World Cup team who came home with bronze medals after beating Germany 1-0 for third place.
England have completed their most successful World Cup finals ever. England have beaten Germany and they have finished third at these World Cup finals.
England's opening match, where they lost to France, was watched by over 2 million people, and their quarter-final match was watched by an average audience of 1.7 million. In America, the women's final against Japan was the most watched football game ever in the United States, with a record 25.4 million viewers.
It's crazy, really. You would never think that many people would be watching women's football, you know, if you thought about it a few years ago. So I think the development and, you know, the support was just immense, and you know, we're glad that everyone watched it.
When you're there, you know, you're playing football, you're training, you don't really get the vibe of what's going on back home, but to come back and now feel the support and feel the fact that everyone was watching and behind us, it's just been incredible.
One of my first World Cups, and to come on with a bronze medal, I mean, words don't really describe what it felt like to be a part of that team.
Someone quoted to me as the heart of the Lionesses, which I thought was really, really good quote, and I'm just glad everyone enjoyed it.
Some very lucky school kids got the chance to come in and meet the girls, and Jordan had some questions for them.
So I'm guessing you watched the Women's World Cup a little bit? Yeah? Did you enjoy it?
It made us feel better because more girls played it, and it made it progress more, and more people started watching.
Well, who's your favourite player, even if it's women? I'm guessing he's all like a David Beckham or Steven Gerrard. Or did any stand out in the women's game for you?
Probably Aluko.
Aluko, nice, yeah.
Because of her strength, I thought she could hold off the ball quite well.
Claire Rafferty, because I normally play left wing and sometimes play left back, and Sue's left back.
The England women's football team are hoping that their success in Canada will encourage more young girls to get out there and start playing football. But they're also hoping that more people come and watch them play in the big stadiums.
Thanks, Martin. Well, another big football tournament kicks off today, but the players aren't human, they're robots. Each team has 4 robots on each side, but it's not a very fast game of football. The robots have to find the ball, kick it and stay upright. It's not going too well, as you can see. The team from the University of Hertfordshire have been training hard for the Robo Cup World Championships, which starts today in China. Now, she became the world's youngest master scuba diver at just 12 years old. And now Charlotte is taking on a huge new challenge. She plans to dive between 2 tectonic plates that form part of the Earth's outer crust. And at 13, she's the youngest person to attempt it. Charlotte dropped by earlier to tell me about her next adventure and the equipment she'll be using.
I'm going to be diving in the Silfra Fissure in Iceland, and I'll be able to touch 2 continents at the same time.
What sort of equipment are you going to have to use?
Well, this is a dive computer, and it can tell me the time that I'm diving at, how long I've been underwater, and what depth I am underwater, and also what temperature it is. I have this special mask, and I can actually talk with this. There is a microphone that comes through here, and there's an earpiece that comes and sits where my hand is. I've got my specially made dive camera and lights. So these lights pierce forwards, and they're really, really strong. And then these lights are 90-degree angles, so they can go further as well.
Next, film bosses making the new Harry Potter spin-off movie Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them are deciding today which kids are going through to the next stage of auditions. Thousands of girls aged 8 to 12 tried out for the role of Modesty. So, what were the auditions like?
We sat down here and we gave them the sheets. We got in a circle
and then I went first. They told us to jump in, do a funny noise and a funny action.
What about you, Caitlin? How was the experience for you?
Because it's my first time, I was a bit nervous, but it's exciting now.
And you can find out how Rupert Grint bagged his role in Harry Potter over on the Newsround website. That's also the place to watch this week's weirdest news stories and take on the Newsround quiz. Before we go, for these guys, it's fingers and feet at the ready. I'm talking about the Rubik's Cube Championships taking place in Brazil. Competitors have to solve their cubes as quickly as they can. They even have different categories, including one where you use your toes. Crazy stuff. Well, that's all from the team today. Ricky's back tomorrow morning at 7:40 right here on the CBBC channel, so join us then. Bye-bye, guys.